the super committee, it's apparently going to be named by the 16th of this month. Who they put on the committee is incredibly relevant, of course, and they will have a decision in Thanksgiving on how badly they're going to screw the American people, and how bad is it going to be, Sam?
Bad. I mean, the trigger is a disaster, but they're going to avoid it. I don't know who Harry Reid's going to put on the committee. It almost doesn't matter. I said this on your program on Wednesday. I think the way it's going to go down is you're going to have cuts to Social Security. You're going to have a changed CPI. I still believe that that's the case. I think you're going to have Medicare raised eligibility, and I think the way that they're going to get around the whole how are we going to come out of this with the revenue thing and how we're not going to have tax cuts on the Republican side is they're going to repatriate those corporate profits. They're going to do so at a 20 or 30% discount rate. Everybody knows they did that in 2003, 2004. We're going to see new revenue. And we're going to see tax cuts at the same time. It's going to be magic. That's the way we're going to do it. We're going to bring that money back. They're going to do it at a discounted rate. The Democrats are going to be able to come out and say, we got another $300 billion worth of revenue. And the Republicans are going to say, we didn't raise taxes. In fact, we cut taxes. And that's going to be disastrous, not just because you're letting these corporations off the hook, but they're going to start to offshore more and more money because they're going to know every 6 to 8 years they can do this.
Well, what this super committee is basically they're going to pick 6 people out of the 436 people who just screwed us. So you're going to pick those, and then those 6 people are going to meet in secret. What could go wrong?
Well, look, so the Republicans picked 6, and they've already said we're going to pay. Every single person we pick will not vote for a single dollar of revenue to be increased.
No, for tax increase.
For tax increases. Okay, right. That's an important distinction because they can get
That's
around
the way
that.
they're going to fudge around that.
And by the way, I totally agree with your analysis, Sam. I think that's exactly what's going to happen, right? Now, the Democrats are going to pretend to, they're huffing and puffing now. There's a source that says that they will not pick people like Kent Conrad, who are part of the Gang of 6, because they're more likely to agree with the Republicans. I don't believe that.
That's the opposite.
Yeah. Look, here's what Harry Reid can do.
Someone like Dick Durbin? I mean, come on, seriously.
Yeah.
Right. Here's what Harry Reid could do. He could put Bernie Sanders, Al Franken, and Sherrod Brown on. He won't. Everybody knows he won't.
Well, I'll tell you something. But in that situation, Sherrod Brown and Al Franken would say pass. Because they've got to run a tough re-election, and nobody wants this on their backs. Nobody wants to be.
I know, but
there's
you know
no
what that means, Sam?
for the Senate and for the House, except for those people.
Sam, you know what that means, and I agree with this. I think there's only one guy you can trust in the Senate, Bernie Sanders, and that's it.
Right.
I can't name another Democratic senator that wouldn't agree with the Republicans.
Well, I think. Listen, I think Al probably wouldn't, but he won his election by 20 votes, or 200 votes out of over a million. And so
but look at the problem there, right? Because we're assuming, since he wants to get reelected, that he's got to agree with the Republicans. But that's like the biggest.
No. I'm just saying that he doesn't want to put himself. They're going to have a tough time finding somebody in the Senate on the Democratic side who's going to want to sit on that committee, because it is kryptonite. I mean, you sit on that committee, you are the person, you are one of essentially 3 votes who are going to swing it, because the House Democrats probably will not agree, but all you need is 1 vote. And the question is, who's going to be that 1 vote? And
look at how scared they are, right? I
mean,
they'll
bring Evan Bayh to take that vote.
Is there any? Are there any Republicans who are like, oh, I don't want to sit on that committee? No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, sure.
No. There are Republicans that can't wait to sit on that committee and ram their boot up the Democrats' ass.
That's true. That's true.
Among the Democrats, you can't find anybody other than Bernie Sanders. Like, I don't want that committee. Oh my God! What are they going to do? They know they're going to agree with the Republicans.
There are Republicans who don't want to sit on that committee either. You can just ask Kathy Hochul up in upstate New York, who won based on Medicare. Nobody wants to be a part of that committee that cuts Medicare unless they are in a safe district, a safe either blue or red district. There's just not as many who are safe in that blue who don't get corporate money.
So here's a crazy idea. Why don't we put Democrats who don't want to cut Medicare? But you see, the whole conversation is wrong, because what they're going to do is they're going to put on Democrats who are going to cut Medicare and probably Social Security. So why don't we do the opposite? Because that's not what the Democrats do. I mean, it's a fixed game. It's good cop, bad cop.